Kerry, so if you want to just go ahead and say a little bit about
Okay.
your story.
Yeah, no problem. Can everyone hear me okay? Yeah? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so as Sarah said, my name's Kerry. I work for a warehouse in Chester and I work 16 hours. So I'm working this around I've got two small children, Ashton, who's 9, and Isabel is 4. And so always very, very busy, but I'm managing to sort of keep it all in tow and keep it ticking over. So actually, I just had a look then to see when my first ever connection with Sarah Narbon was, and she actually messaged me in April 2015. So we're talking, this story is over 12 months long now, but it's just the last sort of 2 months have been such a whirlwind. It's gone so quick that my feet have literally not touched the ground. So it took a while to get going and get off the ground, but as soon as it did, it was just like, right, boom, go for it, don't stop, just keep going. So you will probably feel like that in sort of the first month, 2 months, 3 months, like I feel, but I'm so glad now that I took the plunge and went for it and trusted in Sarah and to guide me in the correct way. And so yeah, Sarah came into Oasis. I was working in Oasis at the time, and she was just shopping, and we got chatting, and she had this lovely bag on her shoulder. So I said, that's a nice bag, like you do. So, I'm going to go and get one of them later. That's a lovely colour. It was like a lovely mint colour. I said, where did you get it from? She said, oh, it's a Tiffany one. I thought, oh, here we go. Never going to be able to get one of these. She said, oh, I had it free for this company I work for. So immediately I'm like, ding. Go on then, tell me more. So she starts saying, oh, I'm self-employed. I work for a company called Arbon, blah, 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 the spiel. And I thought, oh, no, not for me. Don't like it. Don't want to be like pushy selling things to people. And that was that. So I got home, and later that evening she messaged and sent me a bit more information and invited me along to a few presentations, made up excuse after excuse after excuse. And it was Christmas and I was moving house, and then I'd started a new job, and it wasn't the right time for me. And I'm so glad now that I did sort of go, no, it's not right for me, because when the time eventually come, when, bless Sarah, 6 months later, she messaged me again, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to have to start working full time soon anyway. So I would just rather, I've got a viewer, I'd just rather be sort of running my own business than sort of filling the big companies' pockets full of money. I'd rather fill my own purse full of money. So I can sell things. I like makeup. I like beauty products. Why would I not go for this? And also, I love white Mercedes. So I took the plunge, met Sarah for a coffee. We took our little girls along. They were just playing. It was so relaxed. And I thought, you know what? Worst comes to worst, I'll take these projects. They'll bring me out in a few spots, and I'll say, no, it's not for me. So off I went with my little gold bag, the RE9 set. And Sarah invited me along to a team meeting the following evening. So I'd already used the products a couple of times, and I was like, okay, yeah, these are really good. And then I went to the team meeting. I'm so glad I did, because everyone there was so friendly, so passionate, so enthusiastic, and just so like wanting everyone else to do well with them. And I went away from there, and within half an hour of leaving, I messaged Sarah and I was like, do you know what, I'm in. I need to be a part of this team, because I'd absolutely regret it when Sarah's like doing really, really well and she's driving around in a white Mercedes, and I think, oh, she wanted me to be in that team and I refused. Like, I've let myself down. So I thought, right, just go for it. It's £57. What have I got to lose? So I went for it, and I was dragging my heels a bit. I signed up on May the 20th, and Sarah was like, get your party booked in before the end of the month. I was like, no, it's not enough time. She said, just book it and do it, and we'll just deal with it. So we did it, and literally it was the last day of the month to get my first month strong start, and for Sarah too. What were you going for, Sarah? Was it area qual? Yeah, area qual, no pressure. And Lisa was doing regional qual. And it was like all depending on this one party, and the internet was playing up. Anyway, we got all the orders through, and everyone did their goal that they wanted to that month. And I felt like, oh, I've helped them do this. So, and they've helped me, and I've helped them, and it was just all like one big happy helping family. And I just loved it. And then it was like, oh God, the end of the month, I've got to do the second month now. And as much as I wanted to go, oh, I want a month off now, I just knew it. You've got to just keep the momentum going and just keep powering through. And then I got a sign up, and I've done exactly the same with her and got her first month strong start. Like what happened to me. So I'm just duplicating basically what Sarah's taught me. I'm now duplicating to my sponsor Emily. And, you know, she's achieving what I'm achieving just a month later. So we're just going to keep it rolling. And I'm going for Strong Start month 3 this month, which I really, really know I'm going to get with the help of Sarah. And I think something that I would say really sort of nailed it for me was I watched a Zoom call with Danny Clark. And I think it was recorded, so you'll be able to find it on his page. And it was all about acting with urgency and not sort of waiting and thinking, okay, well, I'll message them tomorrow, or I'll do a party at the end of the month if I need to. Or, you know, if you think, right, I'm going to do 3 parties this month, get them booked in, do them, and, you know, sort of just go for it. Don't drag your feet. And, you know, Sarah's the best person to sort of keep you going, keep you motivated and say, no, don't wait, just get it done and do it. So, yeah, that's my little... really?
And I think something that we should take from that is that you said no to me quite a few times. Not no, but excuses. And yet, I just thought, I'm going to try one more time. I was going to message her. And obviously, it's a good job I did, because otherwise you wouldn't be here now. So I think if you are disheartened sometimes by someone saying no to you, or someone giving you an excuse, try not to be, because it might just not be the right time for them. So it could be that like a couple of months down the line they come back to you and say that it is the right time. So yeah, it's been an exciting ride, and I think another good thing that you've done as well is you've literally taken on board what I've been saying, been really coachable, and we've been able to work together to get where you are. So that would be the advice, isn't it? And that Strong Start is a great way to help you to progress into your business. So Strong Start is a program for when you're first new into the business. You can get a Strong Start month 1, month 2, and month 3. And there is a video. I won't go through it all now because it's a whole new training, but there is a video that you can watch how to do it. And it helps you to progress really, and get to the next level you can. Okay, so brilliant. Thank you, Kerry. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to mute everyone. I should have done it before. If you can work out how to do it. Just in case. There we go. And if anyone wants to say anything, I'll just take it off after, just so that everyone can hear me really. Okay, fab. So what I'm going to do now is just tell you about how to unleash the power of goal setting. So if you have got pen and paper, it would be a great idea to take some notes down, because it really helps to sort of think what you can do from the call, really. So if has anyone ever set, I've muted everybody now, haven't I? Stupid thing to do. Alan, there we go. So has anyone ever set goals for anything before? I think I've muted you all. Oh, never mind. So I'll just, if anyone, yeah, thank you, Kerry. Okay, so before starting with Arbonne, I had never actually set goals before, and I think that is a reason why I've never actually achieved anything massive in my life. It's just because I was like, oh, one day I'll become a mum, and one day I'll get married, and in my actual career and doing something for myself, I never really wanted to do anything. I used to work in a bank and never really progressed anywhere. I was a PA and never really carried on. I did my degree and my goal was to get a first, and I did get a first. So that was my goal. But in a job, I've never done that before. And I suppose when you're self-employed, having goals to motivate yourself is a massive, massive part of it. Because you literally, otherwise you could just think to yourself, I can't bother today. Oh, I'll just sit here, it's fine, I'll just watch this on the telly. Or if someone says, oh, you're going to come out, and you've got like loads of work that you need to do, really, you think, oh yeah, I'll just go out, I haven't really got a goal set, I haven't got nothing to reach. So this really, really will help you. So some of the things that it says is to think about how much of something you want and by when. So to set an actual goal, you could write something like, I don't know, say if you wanted to lose weight, you could say something like, I'll lose 10 pounds and that's it. However, it's not as powerful as saying, so say if you're saying, I want to lose a stone, it's not as powerful as saying, right, by this time, so by the 30th of July, I want to be 8 stone 5, for instance. Instead of saying, I want to lose 1 stone, you're saying by the 30th of July, I'm going to be this weight, okay? So if you're actually thinking about 2 criteria, so think about how much of something you want and by what time. So for instance, if you want to if you want to be a district manager, for instance, you could say by the 30th of, I don't know, September, I want to be district manager. If you want to get your Strong Start month 1, for instance, you could say by the 31st of July, I will achieve my Strong Start month 1. Okay, so you could actually write something down like that, and so it's got all different aspects to the goal in it. So you can also do things like making it more clear. So thinking about the make, the model. If it was a car, for instance, the Mercedes, you would want to say by the whatever date. So think of a date that you think that you'd be able to achieve it by, or that you want to get there by, and say to yourself, like mine's November. So I would say by the 30th of November, I want to achieve my white Mercedes convertible, and think about exactly, what you want in there, what sort of seats. So I want mine to be cream leather seats, even though not practical with children, but hey, and just sort of like envisage what you'll feel like, how exciting it would be to feel like that, and what you think people would think about it. So all the people that do say to you, oh yeah, when are you going to get your car? How good it will feel to say to them, oh, I've got my car. Something that I did every day, and I still do now, but in the last month I did every day, was I'm an area manager. Every morning in the shower I would say, it's the 30th of June, I'm an area manager. It's the 30th of June and I'm an area manager. And I would just say that over and over again. And then on the 1st of July, I woke up and I was like, I am an area manager. And it was like, oh, that's nice. So it's just saying a date and the actual what's going to happen to you. So I think that is really, really powerful. And then, so it says on here, so you can have a goal and a good idea. So for instance, you could say, I would like to own a nice home on the ocean. So I'd like to own a nice home on the sea. Or, so that would be a good idea. So you could think to yourself, oh, I'd like to own a Mercedes. Okay. And then your goal could be, I would own a 4,000 square foot house on the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu, California by April the 30th, 2007. This is what it says in here. So you could say, I would own a white Mercedes convertible with cream leather seats by the 30th of November 2016. So this is just an example of how you do it. And you can do it with absolutely anything. It doesn't have to be your Mercedes. So you can do it with absolutely anything in life. So what I always say is think about in your mind what you want to create with the business. What is it you want out of it? When I first came into it, I wanted just a couple of £100 extra a month so I could take the girls on holiday. That was my idea. When I've come into it and realised how you can actually keep going and how you can make more money, and what you can be able to do with this money, your objectives and your goals change. So not only will at the start of it, maybe Kerry, when you first came into it the first month, your goals from the first month may be different as they are now, because you've realised how achievable it is to carry on. And like Mia, for instance, when you first come into the business, everything's going on, like loads of stuff going on, but you might have a goal for this month, and it might change for next month, and so on. So that's why it's a good idea to write it out in detail, and always write it down as well. So you could have things in your head and going around in your head, but until you've actually written it down on paper, that is when you'll be able to really, take it in, and it's more likely the goals will happen if it's actually down on paper. So think of it like as if you're writing in the catalogue, you know, you're looking through a catalogue of your life and you're thinking what you want out of it. So you could have absolutely anything in the whole wide world. What would you want? So you're asking the universe of what you want. That might sound a bit crazy to some of you, but I've done a lot of personal development over the last year, and a lot of it is basically saying to the universe what you want. Or imagining if you were, I don't know, Aladdin and his lamp, and asking the genie what you want. So if you could ask for anything, what would it be? And it's so exciting when you think that, because you think, well, actually, why not just do that and just give it a go? Because if it works, then, you know, that's brilliant. And just get in your mindset to sort of take in, you know, that you can achieve anything you want. Because that's what, you know, all the people that are really high achievers, that's what they do. They envisage things, they visualize, they do a lot of believing in themselves by visualizing. And I've just posted on our Facebook page of Jim Carrey and what he did. I don't know if anyone's ever seen anything about him. But he went on to, well, he's been on to a lot of chat shows now about it, but Oprah Winfrey, he went on there and said that he actually wrote a check to himself to say, you know, that he was going to earn X amount of money by, you know, a certain amount of time, and every day he would visualize himself earning this money and being the actor that everybody wanted to see. And he would believe and just keep, and he wasn't getting paid hardly anything at the time, and nobody really believed in him, but he kept visualizing this image. And then obviously he, I think it was just, he got Dumb and Dumber was his first massive blockbuster, wasn't it? And he said that he thinks it's because of this check he was able to write about it. He wrote, it said, it was in 1990, he wrote a check for £10 million, and he was earning nothing at the time, but he wrote a check to himself for £10 million. And by 1995, that was when Dumb and Dumber came out, and Pet Detective and The Mask, around those times, and that's when he got that money. So watch that video, it's really, really good. That's just an example. And I actually wrote a check to myself saying on the 30th of June, I would earn £10,000, and that was, I wrote that check last year sometime. So I wrote 30th of June this year, I would earn £10,000, and I just put it to myself on a blank check, £10,000. And then on the 30th of June this year, I got 10,000 QVs, which was crazy. It's like, why would that happen? And it was on my vision board, so I would look at that every morning, because it's in my bedroom. And yeah, I got 10,000 QVs. So I know it's not pounds, but QVs equate to dollars. That's what they equate to. So in a way, like, it's crazy, 10,000 exactly, mad. So it does work. So just think, you know, just try it. It's crazy. So that's that. Writing out detail, and then also you can write a goal for yourself that you think you can achieve. Okay, but then if you achieve it, it seems quite easy, so you don't actually push yourself. So it's sometimes good, yeah, to write a goal that you can achieve, but then stretch yourself more and write one that actually you think is absolutely crazy and you're not going to be able to get there. But if you did get there, then oh my god. So, and it's more likely that you would push yourself more if it was of a higher goal. So, a goal to stretch yourself in, you know, because say for instance, I thought last month to myself, because you can do district manager or areas manager in 2 months or 3 months. So I could have thought to myself last month, oh, I won't push everyone to get their goals, what they want. And we'll just coast along, and then we'll do area manager in 3 months in area instead of 2 months. But I thought to myself, no, what I'll do is we'll push to stretch it to as high as we can get it. So I remember I was saying about doing area bonus and all that, and I was thinking we could get there, and it's achievable. And because we strived for that, we got to area manager. So that's where I would say strive for a little bit more than you should achieve, and if you achieve what you want, then you'll be happy. But if you achieve more, then it'll be better, because that's like a paycheck anyway. Yeah, and then a breakthrough goal, which is my breakthrough goal, is to become a national vice president and to be at Maui with everyone and that sort of thing. So in the book it says, you know, things could include writing a book, for instance, going on Oprah Winfrey, it says on here, a gold medal in the Olympics, creating their website, that sort of thing, opening your own spa. If there's something when you were younger that you dreamt about doing, but as you were getting older, it was just quashed and quashed and quashed, and thought to yourself by the end, actually, I'm not going to be able to do this, so there's no point. Just think to yourself, you know, is there something like that, or is there something in Arvon that you want to get to? Just set yourself that goal to start with. It's like a breakthrough. So it actually says in here, if you're a stay-at-home mum whose lifestyle and finances would change if you got $1,000 a month through a network marketing company. So if you thought to yourself you'd love to earn £1,000, if £1,000 a month would completely change your way of living now, what would you do to get yourself there? Would you pursue every possible opportunity that until you achieved your goal? So what would you do to get yourself there? So, you know, I don't know, you know, like comfort zones and pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. Like Kerry Snipes, she probably didn't want to speak on here and tell you your story because it's quite daunting if you've not done it before, but you've got to push yourself and push yourself. And I always think to myself, do something that scares you every day. Because I would no way have stood up in front of people and spoken this time last year. But it's just a case of doing a little bit every day and pushing yourself a bit more, and you get there. Okay, so then your goals. So if you've got them all written down in detail of what you want, exactly what you want, with all details on, even the smells, anything that gets you going, then read your goals every day. So it says on here to do it 3 times a day. So a lot of the time, like Lisa has hers on post-it notes around the house. I used to do that when I was younger. I don't know if anyone else does post-it notes, or just have it in your diary, you know, anything that you look at every day, and read them 3 times so it actually gets into your mind. And just take a few seconds to think about how you'd feel when you achieve that, and what you'd feel like. And just read it morning and night. Another great thing is like your vision board. So Kerry was asking me the other day about how to do a vision board, and no one's ever done one before. There's a great app on the iPad called Montage Light, and you can just go on it, and it's a whiteboard, and you can just put pictures on that you want. So anything that you want to achieve in life, or where you want to go, or what you want to do, you can just put little pictures on, and then every day in the morning just have a little look at it. And look at all the pictures, and you know, you can write little quotes on there to make yourself believe in yourself more, positive quotes on there, just something that you want to achieve. Like I put on there regional vice president, and I put the amount of QVs I need, and so every day I see that. You know, it's just a little example really, and you've got in here you can write a goals book. I don't know if anyone's ever done that before, which I thought was quite nice. And you can actually have a different page for different goals. So if you have a certain goal, you can put a page for the goal and then put different pictures in for that goal, and then every day you can look at your book. So it's very similar to a vision board. And then keep your most important goal you want in your purse, so that when you open your purse every day, you see that goal, and you can see how you want to get to where you want to be. So on here as well, it says to think about 101 goals that you want to achieve in life. So your whole of life, before you die, what would you love to do? You know, think about what maybe you've done already, and think about what you want to do in life, and write 101 down. And then each time you do one of those goals, cross them off. So it could be that you want to learn to ski, it could be you want to learn a new language, you want to learn to sing, you know, things like that really. You can just write all these goals down and just tick them off as you go along. And it, you know, I imagine that feeling is so good to tick them all off. So when we write goals then, there's always some things that stop us from achieving them. So you'll write your goals down, and then you'll think to yourself, oh God, but I'll have to work more to do that, or there's going to be like considerations, you know, to think about, maybe your partner, or you know, your children, or whatever. Or if, for instance, there's fear, so you're worried about what people think of you. So that's a massive one with this business. So, you know, you could be maybe thinking, oh God, what are my friends going to think of me if I ask them, or if no one turns up to a launch, or things like that really, and you worry what people think. But a lot of the time, actually, people have actually got genuine reasons why they can't come. And if I thought to myself, after Kerry had knocked me back like 5 times, if I thought to myself, oh God, that's horrible, I'm not going to do this anymore because Kerry just doesn't, she just thinks I'm bonkers not doing this. Then I would have, my self-esteem would have been going down, 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 and then I wouldn't be where I am now. And instead of that, I decided that the people that have said to me, oh no, I don't want to do that, or oh, what are you doing? I decided that I was going to show them that it works, because I believe that it works, and I've seen it work for other people. So I need to show the people that don't believe in it that it actually works, because then people will come back to us and say, actually, yeah, you're doing really well. How are you doing this? And we can show them then. I think that we owe it to the company, because it is such a great company, a great business. I think we owe it to them to show, to have belief in ourselves and a belief in the business, so that we can bring people on to create an even bigger business. So yeah, so if you have a fear of failure, or a fear of what people think, or a fear of rejection, then what we can do is we can work on that with you. So there's a lot of books that you can read, audios that you can read, or just even speaking to one of us who has been through it as well, can help you with that. Because that's why I think it's great to come along to any events that we have, or trainings or anything like that. Because when you come along and you're speaking with people who are in the same position as you, or are really positive, and you come away and you think, oh yeah, and you feel really uplifted, and you think, oh yeah, there are really nice people in this world, and everyone's really friendly and that sort of thing. So there's loads of things that we can do to help you with that. So please don't worry if you do come across that sort of feeling. Yeah. So all I would say is, if you're to achieve the big goals, so say for instance, if you say to yourself, you've written down a big goal that you want to get to, or you've got some goals down, you want to get to these goals, and you think, how the hell am I going to get there? Then a lot of the time you have to become a bigger, better person to get yourself there. So that's why we always go on, bang on about personal development, because sometimes you need to do more reading and develop yourself more to actually get there and to become that bigger person, develop new skills. So whenever you go into a new job, you always have to learn new skills. When you go to learning to be a teacher, you'd have to go to uni or college, and you'd have to do loads and loads and loads of studying to get there. So when you're only, when you're starting a new business with Arbonne, you don't have to do any of like the accounts work, you don't have to do any of the manufacturing, any of this, buying in the stock or anything like that. But you do have to have the skills to speak to people, to tell them about what you're doing and help them to develop and become successful. And you have to have the skills to become a network marketing professional. So if there was anything that I would say, it would be to just study how to be a network marketing professional. Read the books on that, and just study on how you can develop yourself and making you a better person every day. So I always think to myself, if I haven't, every single day, how can I make myself a little bit better? So just listening to an audio helps yourself make a little bit better, because your brain is listening to what the audio is saying. Reading 10 pages of the book, speaking to somebody, so contacting someone, sending a message, that is developing you and your business every day, even in a small amount. Every single day, if you did something tiny every day, by the end of that year, you would progress massively more than if you only did, I don't know, if you did a lot in one day rather than a lot in over a longer period of time. So what I say now is to take time to actually do your goals, because I've watched so many videos like this, well, not like this, but I've watched videos and I've listened to them and I thought, oh yeah, that's a good idea, and then I would just go to bed. But a good thing to do is actually, if you're actually in your mind, is to think to yourself now, right, what do I want? What do I want to create with this business? where do I want to go with it? What sort of money do I want to earn? Do I want to earn £1,000 a month, or earning more than £1,000 a month? And write down exactly what you want and by when. And then come back to me and say, listen, I want to make this amount of money by this time. How am I going to do it? And we'll work together to get you there. And everything will just move into place to actually get you there. So just write your goals so you know where you're heading. So do that and make them measurable. So make sure you write down when sort of times you want. And it says here, just to finish on, be clear about your purpose, vision and goals will put you in the top 3% of the world's achievers. Okay, so if you actually have your purpose, vision and your goal, it will put yourself in the top 3% in the world's achievers. To move into the top 1% of achievers, all you have to do is write down some specific action steps that will help you to accomplish your goals on your daily to-do list. So basically doing it every single day. So consistently, not constantly. We always say it's 10 hours a week, so it's not constantly. We know everyone's busy. Just doing something small every day. And think of it this way. If you are clear about where you are going for your goals and you take several steps in that direction every day, you will eventually have to get there. It says here, if I head out to Santa Barbara and take 5 steps a day, eventually I have to end up in San Francisco. So decide what you want, write it down, review it constantly, and each day do something that moves you towards your goal. So I think that's really good. So that's the goal thing. That's what I read this morning. I was like, oh my God, this is brilliant. Why haven't I read this before? Let me just take you all off mute if I can. And it says I've got 1 minute. How rubbish is that? So what does everyone think? Is everyone all right with goals and things? Has anyone written any goals?
I've written a couple down.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so what I do then is write them down and then come back to me or your upline or your sponsor. And then what we can do is we can help you achieve them. I'm going to write some about like anything in life as well, not just our one stuff. I'm going to write where because it's exciting where we can go. So thank you everyone for coming on to the call. And Jessica and Nia will sort out what we're going to do for this month. Maybe we could have our own little, Jessica and Emma, maybe we could have our own little Zoom. We can arrange that.
Yeah.
All right, Emma. Yeah? So.
Yeah.
And then Nia, I'll speak to you. Shall I pop that book round?